Hi Baes, it's your girl Chayla, creator of Baeology, a real life study of love and relationships, coming at you once again from my living room floor with another installment of the Self series Before Anyone Else. Last week we went over roller coasters and the ups and downs of life and the unpredictability and the joy of taking the ride anyway. And this week we're going to dive right on into it, and we're going to talk about effective communication. You guys, I cannot stress how important effective communication is. I feel like ineffective communication is one of the #1 downfalls of the relationship in modern day times with technology. So of course we have technology, we have text message, we have emails, we have all of these different platforms and avenues to avoid actually having face-to-face conversation, talking to one another. That's one element of communication. Effective communication, in my opinion, leaves no question as to what context the person meant or how something may or may not be conveyed. You could tell by inflection of voice. You could tell by body language and tone. You could tell by all those different things. So if you take all of that away and try to effectively communicate, especially deep things or things that need to or require a face-to-face conversation, you're going to lose a lot of context being lazy, pretty much. So that's one thing. I have a rule. If I need to have a serious sit-down, face-to-face conversation, I'm not going to have it via text message. A lot of times we know that the conversations that we want to have require face-to-face or over-the-phone contact, and we just don't do it because we're trying to avoid or lighten a blow or lessen a load or whatever it is that we're trying to do to avoid emotionally. However, that does not always work, and that's why we have an issue talking to each other in 2019. The second thing I would say about effective communication is that nobody is a mind reader. Speak up. You have to speak up. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to tell people how you feel about certain things, especially when it comes to violating boundaries or letting them know when they're doing something really well. So people want to hear that too. People like acknowledgement. And so in doing so, you're employing effective communication, or you're letting someone know through effective communication, hey, you're doing this and it bothers me. Can you please not do it anymore? I would appreciate that. So I feel like effective communication is at this point a learned skill, because people are not forced like they used to be to have to talk to one another and actually sit down and have conversations. And then I think when it comes down to actually sitting down and having the conversation, then it's very important to listen to what the person is telling you and not just listen to respond, but actually hear what they're saying and be prepared to take that into consideration. I think a lot of times when people do have to have these face-to-face sit-down conversations, regardless of what it may be, whether it be relationship or work-wise or something like that, it's like everybody goes in puffed up on the defense when really it's really not necessary. That's your ego. Like, leave that at the door, right? Kill it. And so because people are so puffed up and already on the defense, when they have to really have a sit-down conversation, they kill that open-mindedness factor. So instead of killing your ego, you're killing your open mind. And that oftentimes leads to situations where there's no real resolution because either one person or both parties can't come out of their feelings long enough to consider how the other person feels. And so in effective communication, you're hearing them. You're not just listening to respond. You're not expecting everybody to be a mind reader. You're actually letting people know the good things and the not so good things that they're doing. And, you know, you're basically just putting it out there and letting people know how you feel. I feel like in this day and age, nobody really wants to be vulnerable. And I also think there's a component of effective communication, vulnerability. And so if you're unwilling to open up that piece of you that, you know, you try to protect from the world, what you'll find that's also an illusion. There's no need to protect yourself from the world. Like, your experiences are your experiences, and you're going to have them regardless of whether you protect yourself or whether you just go through life living like an open book. So yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say about effective communication? I know that it's severely lacking in this day and age, and it's one of the reasons why Baeology was created, because we have forgotten the art of talking to one another and how important that is. And so I just want you guys, as you watch this video, to kind of keep that in the forefront and think about different ways you can communicate more effectively. And just, you know, catalog that in your brain, and kind of, if you want to journal about it, if you journal, you can journal about it. But wherever you put your focus and attention is where you do grow and expand. I'm a true believer of that as well. And if you have any issues or questions about effective communication, or you want to get that jump start, or you want to get that going, you can contact me. I'll put the information below. baeologyinfo@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Chayla Scott. And you can follow my stories and see the really cool things that I'm doing and the photo series that I'm going to continue to put up. And so I want to say, I think that is it for now. Take these nuggets, let them sit in your spirit. Don't forget to be kind to one another, and just monitor yourself and just see, hey, you know what can I do better when it comes to the area of communication today? I promise you're helping the frequency of the universe when you do that. It takes one person, that's it, and one person is you. Don't forget to spread the word. You can like, share, subscribe this video, tell people about Baeology. I cannot grow and expand without you guys, so I'm relying on you to tell other people about what this is and what it is that I have going on over here on this YouTube channel at Official Baeology. And also, as we wrap up the self series, I am going to be looking for questions and suggestions as we get back into the love and relationships component. So I really thought it was important, before I got back into love and relationships, to really break down people and what it is that they need to give themselves first before they are trying or will try to attempt to give these intangibles or intrinsics to someone else. So yeah, hope you like it. Let me know what you think below in the comments. Again, take these nuggets, let them sit in your spirit. Be kind to one another. Till next time, Baes. Bye-bye.